Alright, welcome back to episode 11 of Survival Series. This video we will be covering looting boxes and stuff like that. So, right off the start, I'm going to go ahead and create an empty just under my harvestables there, and I'm going to call this lootables. Create an empty here, call this chest. And create an empty under that called chest 1. It's almost the same idea as the harvestables, but for looting. So chest 1, let's go ahead and find ourselves a nice little chest to open. So I'm thinking maybe this. There we go. Alright. First of all, with the chest, I'm gonna make it just a little bigger here. There we go. And I am gonna duplicate the lid. I'm gonna rename this one to closed and this one to open. And let's go ahead, we're going to hide closed and open, or rotate our open so it looks like it's been opened. Alright, looks good to me. I'm going to go ahead and put that back to closed for now. So chest 1, let's add a collision. Make an empty, call it collision. Let's add a box collider. Make it a trigger, and let's move it somewhere where we want to activate the chest. Alright, that looks good to me. I'm also going to add another empty called marker and put a marker in it. I'm going to turn it away from the chest. Alright, and let's see here. I'm going to create one more empty, call it script. And let's see. So the way we're going to do this, let's see here. So we're going to enter the collision. So we're going to add a trigger, on tag enter, player. We will play a gesture on the player. That gesture is going to be some kind of looting gesture. So let's see. I think that's the one I wanted, something like that. Okay, so there's my gesture. I'm going to wait for that to complete and use a root motion so I can't move while doing it. Alright, I am going to rotate my character to look at a target. That target being the marker. Alright, I'm going to copy in that, put it below the gesture, set my character back to pivot. I'm going to create a camera shot as well to go with that. Alright, camera shot, loot. Alright, on that collision we're going to switch camera shot to camera loot, quad in and out at 0.5 seconds. And then I'm going to copy and paste that, place it at the bottom, change it back to our main camera shot. And let's see here. We're going to set active our open to true. And our closed to false. We're going to also set our script to true. Right at the end, actually. Okay. We're going to give our player some loot. So we're going to actually, this chest, we're going to add traits to it. Give it the AI traits. Set all the randoms down to 0. And let's see, so script, collision. Okay, so on collision, we will, let's see, we will add a stat of the chest, so game object, chest, random 1, set that as a random range between 0 and 100. Okay. That's pretty much what we need for that. I think. Let me just test that, make sure our player does the animation and the camera fixes itself and we get out of the rotation lock, stuff like that. So I'm going to go walk up to the chest. That didn't seem to work at all. On player enter tag. Are we set as a player? We are not set as a player. So let's set ourselves as a player. Try that again. Sorry, I normally do that first thing when I make a character. I don't know why that wasn't set. Alright, so now we're looting. And we're going to turn that collision off as well. So right at the end, after script is true, we will set collision to false. This chest itself too, I am going to add a box collider to it so we can't keep walking through it. There we go. So that is our collision for that. Alright, so now, script, we're going to add a trigger, on enable, shut it off by default. So, what we're going to do here is, on enable, run conditions, add conditions, drag and drop them up there. Conditions being if stat compare attribute of the box chest 1 attribute random 1 value equals, let's go lesser equal to, what is there, there's 9 resources, so we're gonna go about, I'm gonna go, because I don't want the tier 2 resources to be a big part of this. There's going to be slim chances you'll get this. We're going to go 20%. If it is 20% or under 20, then we will give the player attribute would add random range between 3 or random range between 1 and 10. Alright, and that should automatically set our add wood message. And then we will set our, let's see, and then we will set our, or no, we will wait. No, we're going to create another thing under the chest, an empty, called reset. Turn that off. And after here in the condition, after we get our wood, we're going to set active reset to true and self to false. Alright, let's duplicate that. Set active reset to true if player chest random is 40 or less, then we will set stone to true. And we're not going to go 40 actually. We're going to do 15 for each. So 15% for wood, 30% for stone. Set active reset to true, self to false. And what reset is going to do as well, we're going to add a trigger on enable. We are going to wait seconds. Random range between, we're going to go with 3 minutes to 5 minutes. Then we will set active open to false, closed to true, collision to true, and self to false. Alright, back to our script. So now we're at 30%. Let's duplicate that, make it 45. Of the chest game object random 1, we will be getting cloth. Set active reset to true, self to false. Duplicate that. If chest is 60 or less, we will add metal ore. Set reset to true, self to false. Alright, let's keep going. Duplicate that. If chest is, this one we're going to go with, we're going to go with 85. So 85, this is going to be our highest percent here. And this will be for gold. Actually, no. I'm going to go right up to 100 with this one because I don't want to loot tier 2 materials. Gold. There we are. Let's make that a little higher. Let's start with like maybe 25 minimum to a 100 maximum. Set active reset to false and save. That should be everything we need for a functioning lootable chest. I like that. Alright, let's try that now. Give that a shot. And do I have a message for gold or no? Game settings, game scripts, messages. I do not have one for gold, so let's go ahead and make one for gold. message, gold. On attribute change, gold. Set active message to true. This will be our gold message. And that will say gold added. Okay. Now let's make sure this works. I'm going to add a whole bunch of chests just for testing purposes. Until we get all the resources from each one. So let's try that. Gold added. I have 51 gold. Gold added. Got some more gold. Gold. Holy Jesus, it's all gold. Cloth. I might have to rotate my character towards that marker better. And I'm going to add a stop move to that as well. Alright, so collision, we will stop move. And we will put that right under the camera shot. No, right before the gesture. Rotate player to look at target. This gesture, wait to complete. I'm gonna make it 2 times as long. And yeah, that should feel a little better. Hopefully our player actually rotates towards it this time. Not at all. Change rotation of player to look at target. Maybe target direction. There we go. Go ahead and try that now. Oh, that did not work at all. Gesture, wait to complete. Let's make that 3 times as long. I'm going to add another wait in here. So let's put a wait of 0.5 seconds after the rotation. Copy and paste that. And we'll put a 0.5 seconds after the gesture. Maybe that will fix things up a bit. There we go. Oh, I am speeding that up faster. I thought that was slower. So let's go 0.5 seconds. I'm going to put a stop move up there. And a stop move right here. One more time, right here. So all within the 0.5 seconds of each other, we will have a stop move. And let's try that now. Looks good to me. One other thing is we are also going to set active our weapons to false. So player, and probably our inputs as well. We're going to set active combat inputs to false, and then set active combat inputs to true, somewhere near the bottom, as well as our player weapons. Alright, so weapons to false, offhand weapons to false, then our weapons to true, I want to make sure inputs is after weapons as well on both ends. Alright, I'm going to test that with a weapon in hand. Hit before I loot, have our weapon equipped after, and see if I can still hit. Alright, looks good to me. Oh, I didn't test a hit. I'm sure it works, but I'm going to go ahead and speed up that animation a little bit as well. So instead of half of the time, we'll go 0.75 of the time. And we'll try that. Okay, looks good. I'm also going to take out the stop movement here and the 0.5 seconds. I'm going to set our weapons back to true just after the gesture, and the offhand weapon and the input. Actually, the input can stay lower, right under the camera shot. Stop movement, we want that still. Change rotation of the object. I'm going to get rid of this 0.5 seconds here. And this stop movement. Set active, open to true, false, then the gesture. So all that should happen really fast. I want the stop movement to be after the gesture. Alright, that should be a more polished version of it. Try that one more time here. There we go. Looks good. And that is it for this video. That is our lootable box, and you can copy and paste that and change the script and get rid of the materials if you'd like. Add your tier 2 materials for a tier 2 box that loot, or you can even add a weapon box and add, instead of wood, you would add, like, say, weapon 1 plus 1 kind of thing. And yeah, very easy to change those up. Super simple. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.